What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tonyd2wild checking in once again. Back with the bang of the day, guys, on August's flip, flop, or cop sneaker releases. Starting things off right off the rip at number 10, guys, we have a release that, for the most part, I think will do fairly well, and that is the KD3 Easy Money. Now, this will be the second KD3 that has retro since its original release back in 2010. And now it's being, though, released in a different colorway that has actually never been released in that particular model, the Easy Money colorway. The Easy Money, the name itself, giving a nod back to KD's time in Oklahoma City with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the actual Easy Money colorway was first put on the actual KD7 model. And now they're bringing that Easy Money name and I guess somewhat of a colorway to the KD3. Releasing August 9th for a retail price point of $130, I expect these to do fairly well for the most part because the KD3 All-Star actually sold out. As far as I remember, it pretty much sold completely out and was done data. At the time, it retailed for $130, but in the secondary market, the shoe actually started to somewhat plummet. It did not hold value. But I remember at least Soulplay having a little size run, a limited size run at that, and they sold out. They did fairly well. I even had a pair. However, I did not keep my pair for that much long, and I pretty much sold it back for the retail price point. Now, these KD3 Easy Monies, I expect them to do fairly well for the most part at that $130 price point. Them also being a retro of the KD3 line, which is not one of the best, but it's not definitely one of the worst. It's definitely one of the top, I would say. The 4 is where it's gonna be a lot of hype being brought back to the KD line. But I expect these to do, for the most part, fairly well. And I could see them selling out, mainly because that price point of $130 is just not bad. It's not a bad price point whatsoever. So, you know, when you give a good price point, you got a good opportunity to make a shoe actually sell out. Hence why at $200 and $225, a lot of Jordans are sitting, but a KD3 at $130, they're gonna go. For me, I think this would be a cop. It would not be a flop, and it would not be something that's worth copping to flip. So I would leave it up to be, it's a shoe worth copping in my humble opinion. Am I gonna cop this one in particular? More likely than not, but I may try to get my hands on it for a review. There's nothing wrong with it, but when it comes to sneakers right now for me, it's gotta just be a banger. But it's worth copping, trust me. Now, this next one is a big one for me, and it might even be worth the flip and for the cop, and that is the Nike Huarache. And I guess they're gonna call these the Kobe PE, because there was a point in time where Kobe Bryant had left Adidas and was in a sneaker signature line free agency, if that. And during that time, he had a lot of PEs being made for him. Kobe was wearing Reebok Questions, he was wearing Jordan 3s, Jordan 8s, and he also donned in these classic Huaraches in a away colorway. There was even a home colorway that released back in 2015, but this one in particular was a PE made for Kobe Bryant. And there was even photos of these shoes randomly popping up on eBay for auctions around 2014. With a retail price point of $125 and releasing on August 10th, we've seen what the OG colorway of the Huarache did. They sold, I believe, at that same price point, but they went up in resale for around $150 and up. And I got a pair. I'm happy, I'm keeping my pair, that is. This one in particular, I might need to go out and grab this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the Kobe PE shoes. Reebok Question, I had that PE. You know, I think that's really about it when it comes to PE specific shoes that Kobe wore that were not his own line in a way. And this one right here, it being Huarache and it coming back, I definitely am gonna probably hop on the hype train. And if I'm able to get my hands on these are a cop. And these are kind of potentially a flip as well. I mean, right now on StockX, they got them going in my size in particular at $183 before all the fees. $220 at a size 8, size 12, $150. You're paying a little bit over the resale price point. With those fees attached, you're gonna be looking at least another $20 in fees, let alone to get your hands on this shoe. So, I mean, is it a flip? I guess, yeah. If you're one of those guys that flip shoes off the pennies of the dollar, hey, it adds up, so I get it. But for me, personally, it's a cop. Next up, we have the Ambush and Nike collab for the low air up tempo in the limestone colorway. And I seen these, me and Bull actually talked about these. I love the look, I love the color that they used on there, that yellow that made it pop. Ambush for the most part has been doing very, very well when it comes to its collaborative pieces, specifically on the dunk. I like what they do. Their prices can be a little bit up there from time to time, but they definitely are, in my ways, innovating in some shape or form what they're doing when they do their collabs. They're not just slapping their name on it and calling it a day. I mean, this one is not nothing remarkable, but they definitely spice things up with this shoe that already is a hit or miss from time to time. Don't get me wrong, the Europe Tempo, like, I really like them, bro. I think they're dope. But as my man Mike Rich would say, there's some ant bed stompers. I mean, you can kick a motherfucker's chest out with these, just straight in the chest. You'll blow a motherfucker's back out. These are gonna be dropping on August 4th for a retail price point of $190. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? 190? Yeah! Straight up. Looking at the pictures though, they look nice. I mean, I have no issue whatsoever when it comes to this shoe. I like it. I might. If these pop up like at Soul Play or somewhere like that, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna be popping up. I think there's gonna be a little bit more on the limited side, or they're gonna give it at least that feeling. But Air Up Tempos for the most part have been going to sales racks for quite some time now. There was a point when they were doing very, very well. And just because the shoe's on sale doesn't mean it's doing bad. It ain't hitting like it is normally, you feel me? But, you know, I like these, I like them. 190, I don't like them enough of that. Flip, flop, or cop. Honestly, I'd cop them, but I wouldn't cop them at retail. And I don't think that they'll stay at a resale price. Right now they're going, woo, god damn. Right now, man, they retail for 190. They're in the 300s right now as we speak. The $300 price point people trying to flip them for. There is no last sales though. Just because of, you know, shoes being demanded to be paid for that price doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna get that price. So is it a flip? Is it a flop? Is it a cop? If I had to pick one, I'd rather cop this for the toe than buy it and then try to, you know, buy a side that's not mine in thoughts of flipping it and then not doing what you think, and then now you are on with a shoe that's flopped. Ambushes are hit and miss. Some of the Nike Dunk ambushes, like the Vault one, I was able to get for below retail. You feel me? That's just what it is. Do what you gotta do. Right now, it seems like it's a shoe you can flip. You know, if you wanna flip it, go for it. But for me, yeah, I'd cop. I'd rather cop. I say cop. Flip if you want, cop if you like. Now, guys, I know this one's been restocked, re-released, whatever it is, but it is what it is. Yeezys are coming back, and they're coming back in the month of August, and they'll be coming back, I think, within this week alone. One of the shoes is the Yeezy 700 Analog. Last time I checked, I think these retail for $300, I think, or something, a little insane on the side, yeah. But I think these are gonna be releasing like on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. There's like some sort of day or some sort of scheduling that Adidas is doing with stores out there. A lot of the boutiques will be getting their hands on these. I think Soul Play posted it recently, or they will be posting it by the time you see this video, that they will be actually having some of these shoes in there. The Analog, I believe this is the color because I get them mixed up with the salts and all that other shit. These are cool, they're clean, very basic, you know, definitely, but for the most part, you know, I got no issue whatsoever with them. You know, I don't have no issue with this shoe. This is, I don't think that these are necessarily a flip at this point. Looking at StockX right now, I mean, they are already going for below retail. This specific one that is dropping. Analogs are going right now for a 8.5, $257. Now, these are the ones that released in 2019. There's newer versions, I guess. I don't know if the production dates are different or what, but I would not be spending $300 on this sneaker when I can go and get it in a secondary market. However, Tony, you gotta be aware, there are fakes out there that can get you your head cracked open. So even then, I wouldn't go and buy them from a secondary market. If I had to buy, I'd probably buy at the retail knowing that I'm getting a retail sneaker, you feel me? But at the same time, these shoes are just, in my opinion, bro, it's definitely like a dope release, but I think it's gonna be a flop release, meaning that it's gonna drop, they'll sell, but there's no money to be made. So cop it if you like. They more than likely gonna be the easiest time to ever cop a Yeezy. Hell, I went in 5 shoes on Adidas Confirmed that for the first Yeezy drop and hit on all 5. So now is the time. What a time to be alive when Yeezys are pretty much sitting and yeah, dropping and reselling for below retail. One of my like most, anticipated releases of this month is the Drake Nocturne. Now, these are the Nike Nocturnes said to be releasing on August 31st for a retail price point of $160. I'm going straight cop. Like, I want to cop these. Now, as far as in the aftermarket, what are they going to be going for? Let's just see, man. Let's just see. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, maybe you someone that just cop, you ain't trying to flip. Like, I understand it, but I want to cover every aspect of these sneakers out there, right? I want to give the true sneakerhead that wants to buy shoes or rock shoes that type of, food. I want to give that guy that, if you want to make some money, man, do what you got to do, all right? But I want to at least give you guys my thoughts and opinions. At the same time, I'm not a resale expert, so don't take all that, this type of reselling advice to its fullest. Take it for what it is. But for instance, these right now, the Nocturnes are going for a retail of $160 and being sold currently at that $239 price point. This is a new release of a new model of the Nocturne, of Drake's shoes. And this has been one of the most anticipated ones in particular. It's retailing at $160, and you can see, as I stated, it's going for like over $500 as far as the resale. I would say that you just gotta kind of watch this one, you feel me? Because when the shoe actually drops, it just plummets, you feel me? So you gotta kind of just keep your eye on sneakers in general, and then kind of even guess like 160, 220 if it is going for now. It's going for what, 60 over retail right now currently. Is it worth me investing to make a profit on? You feel me? When it actually drops, if you can get your hands on it. Me personally, this is a cop. I'm gonna buy this to flip it. I don't think that they'll flop. I think they will sell out for the most part, in my opinion, it being a Nocturne Glide. Because I remember when the first Nocturnes dropped, I think it was the white ones, right? They sold out. They look like janitor Jupers, yes. They look like some goddamn janitor sneakers, but they sold out. Now, the other ones that came along with, the black and all the other black and gold, they were a little hit and miss here and there, but when it's a new model, usually, they do fairly well for the most part. So keep your eyes on this one. If you're someone that's trying to cop, keep your eyes, definitely. Next up, we have the New Balance protection pack. We've seen multiple protection packs dropping from all sorts of colors. You feel what I'm saying? We have here, though, a white and black, expands its network with a 1906R. Now, protection pack, I've known to be, 2002R? So this is like a whole new model right here. And this is in the 1906 protection pack, August 2nd, for a retail price point of $170. I mean, New Balance has been on the rise. They've been doing their thing. The protection pack in general has been doing well. This is definitely a cop for me. You know what I'm saying? If I can get my hands on them, but I doubt it, at this point. And currently these are, damn, they're going for below retail. Never mind, $170. If you want to buy for one right now, you're gonna be paying about $200 with all the fees included right now. Last sale $221. So that gives you guys a little bit of a, thought process of where these are currently at. This is the white one. Yeah, about $200. So these are definitely flipper dippers. It is what it is. Me personally, I would cop them. I'm not really a reseller, so if I say cop, that might be equivalent to your flip, you feel me? Like, I'm not really like buying shoes to flip them. If I'm gonna buy a shoe in terms of thinking like that, I might buy a shoe to trade before I buy a shoe to flip. But if you're someone that's trying to make some bread, these are definitely something out there to get your hands on, if you can, because New Balance's website is dookie, you feel me? Straight up shit. It sells out instantly and there's really no chances, it just flies off. But I like the protection pack. And I'm happy that they're expanding the protection pack into other models because there's more opportunity to get hands on it. I honestly haven't bought one yet. I haven't bought a protection pack yet. I know, I'm slacking. It is what it is. All right, speaking of Yeezys, we actually have a Yeezy that I think is a potential flipper. Now, how much? I don't know. But the Yeezy 350 Static, definitely one of the last real bangers, memorable 350s. Now, I don't know if this one in particular is the reflective or the non-reflective, because that matters as far as when it comes to the price point of how much it usually is gonna go for. $220 for the Static that released back in December 27, 2018. They're coming back now in the 2023. And if you look at this Static right here that released back then at $220, they're currently in the market around $294. You wanna sell that shoe right now, you're gonna sell it for below retail. So there is a big discrepancy as far as what people are willing to pay versus what people are willing to sell. So that's something you got to take in mind as well. Yeah, you can get the shoe at $220 and put it up for $280, but you got a guy right here that's willing to buy at $216. There's a big gap. You know what I'm saying? You got a long ways to go. So the size is going to definitely matter. At 11 and a half, $214 is what they're willing to ask. The ask, or they're not in favor. The highest ask right now is $290. Let's just see. So here are the ask and the sizes. 290 is a 13. These are the prices that people are willing to pay on this shoe right now. And mainly 11, 12 and a half. There's not that many. So it's definitely a shoe that's worth flipping in a way, but I wouldn't go in first with that. This is a shoe that if you missed out on statics, it's time to probably get your chance on it. And hell, when these shoes drop, those prices probably might plummet for the most part, because like I stated before, shoes that we thought once would just be like this, almost a grail status, they're definitely going down in price because of the availability. So for someone out there trying to get Yeezys, definitely looking to this one, okay? It's a good opportunity. However, with that being said, this one, and this is the next shoe, this one, in my opinion, is the banger. But coming in at number 3, we had the Yeezy 500 Bone White. Now it says returns in August. I don't remember these releasing. It says returns. Yeah, these never released. These are the shoes that I believe Kanye was actually wearing one time, and I'm gonna see if I can find the picture. Oh, they're saying the Bone White. See, I thought it was these that were dropping. These are the ones that I thought were dropping, but I guess it's the original Bone White colorway that's dropping. It's very similar to the blush colorway that dropped originally. I believe the blush dropped first, then these dropped. But 500s for the most part are not shoes that necessarily is always gonna be flippable. They already have them marked on right now. Retail is $210. Right now we got pretty much the highest price someone's willing to spend is $210. So these are pretty much borderline. There's no money to make. Buy the shoe if you like it as a cop. If not, it's gonna pretty much flop for you if you're a reseller out there. I think these shoes are nice. I'm not spending that. I thought it was the gum bottom ones. The gum bottom ones, I would have copped those personally, but these ones in particular, I'm not copping them. It's just, it is what it is. They're not, I'm not pressed that enough about these, but they're nice. Don't get me wrong, they are nice. Coming in at number 2, we have the Jordan 1 Low Black Toe. I did a review on this, and this shoe is actually releasing August 4th for a retail price point of $140. This shoe for me, I'm not copping. I think it is definitely cop worthy. I definitely think there's probably some potential to flip, maybe 20, 40 bucks if you're really trying to penny pinch. You know, at the end of the day, it's definitely not a flop. I don't need the low top model because I have the high top model, but I definitely think that they would do fairly well. And especially the fact that they're a low and they're gonna probably sell out, that's even more of a better like hit, you know what I'm saying? So put some respect on the Jordan 1 Black Toe. I definitely think these are gonna sell out. I just don't see these sitting. There's just no way. If they sit, then I guess we just got all hopes gotta be given up to the fact that classic Jordan colorways just no longer matter. But for the most part, classic Jordan 1 colorways usually do fairly well. Even though this is not, like this is a variant, this is never really originally released back in 1985, I still think they'll do fairly well. So keep your eyes peeled when it comes to the Black Toe. And if you want to flip, go ahead, flip. You know, if you want to cop, go ahead and cop. These are definitely, though, in my opinion, not a flop. Pretty much nothing on this list, if I put it on here, is not a flop, in my opinion. Coming in at number 1, of course, August 26th, the Union and Jordan 1 collaboration. The Union Jordan 1 Footscape woven elements. I think Bethany Bath, was it from, let me figure out the name of the collab. I think it's Bethany's Beauty Supply. These are definitely flips, okay? I want a pair, don't get me wrong. And if I get a pair, I would cop and I'm gonna keep it. If you're out there trying to flip the shoe, then hey, do what you gotta do, but these are definitely going to be a reseller's dream for the month of, what is it now? Damn, I forgot the damn title of this video, right? August. These shoes right here, for the most part, are gonna be doing numbers. People can hate them all you want. They're gonna sell out. So you can either just hate them because everybody like them, or like them because you actually like them, or just hate them because you just don't like them. Either one or the other. It don't goddamn matter to me, and it don't matter to the masses. People are gonna still go and get their hands on this shoe at the end of the day. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on them, giving you guys a full in-depth review. And this is definitely a shoe that I'm gonna add to the arsenal because I don't have a Union Jordan 1. The Union Jordan 1, I never got them. The 2 ones that dropped, I did not care too much about the dunks. I did not get my hands on the 4s. The AJKO was like, you feel me? But this one, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And these are currently selling, last sale, $450 in the aftermarket. So you already know what time it is when it comes to this sneaker. So yeah, guys, let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and salutes to y'all for always showing love, support to this channel. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one because we got a lot of bangers this week. So yeah, I'm out. See y'all in August. Peace.